Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam prayers. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet. Shunvatam swakatha Krishna punyashravana kirtana hridayantasto hi abhadrani vidunoti shuhatsatam nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So yeah, this is kind of like an impromptu. Mataji, I checked the schedule. I am scheduled for next Monday. Today's Sandhya Mataji's turn, actually.
Is it? I'm so sorry then.
No, that's okay. I'll do it. She's not here anyway, so I'll just read the verses. So, but I have to see which ones I'm reading. 46 through, let me see. 46, no.
Oh, 40, yeah, you're scheduled for,
19th.
Oh, sorry, 19th May. I'm extremely sorry,
That's okay.
Yeah, because Prabhu was like, I didn't remind anyone, and then he told me he's in a meeting, so I just got, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. So I'm supposed to do what verses? Let me see now.
So 12. It's 40, third canto, 26th chapter, 47 to 49. Mataji.
47 through 49. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Text 47. Nabho guna vishesho artho yasya tachrutram uchyate vayor guna vishesho artho yasya tatsparshanam viduhu. Word by word. Nabhaha guna visheshaha. The distinctive characteristic of sky, sound. Arthaha, object of perception. Yasya, whose. Tat, that. Shrotram, the auditory sense. Uchyate, is called. Vayoho guna visheshaha, the distinctive characteristic of air, touch. Arthaha, object of perception. Yasya, whose. Tat, that. Sparshana, the tactile sense. Viduhu, they know. Translation: the sense whose object of perception is sound is called the auditory sense, and that whose object of perception is touch is called the tactile sense. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Sound is one of the qualifications of the sky and is a subject matter for hearing. Similarly, touch is a qualification of the air and is the subject of the touch sensation. Text 48. Tejo guna vishesho artho yasya takshakshur uchyate ambho guna visheshortho yasya tadrasanam viduhu bhumer guna vishesho artho yasya grahana uchyate. Word by word. Tejaha guna visheshaha, the distinctive characteristic of fire, form. Arthaha, object of perception. Yasya, whose. Tat, that. Chakshuhu, the sense of sight. Uchyate is called. Ambhaha guna visheshaha, the distinctive characteristic of water, taste. Arthaha, object of perception. Yasya, whose. Tat, that. Rasanam, the sense of taste. viduhu, they know, bhumehe guna visheshaha, the distinctive characteristic of earth, odor, arthaha, object of perception, yasya, whose, saha, that, graha, naha, the sense of smell, uchite, is called. Translation. The sense, whose object of perception is form, the distinctive characteristic of fire is the sense of sight. The sense, whose object of perception is taste, the distinctive characteristic of water is known as the sense of taste. Finally, the sense, whose object of perception is odor, the distinctive characteristic of earth is called the sense of smell. Text 49. Parasya drishyate dharmo hi aparasa rasmin samanvayat ato vishesho bhavanam bhumav evo palakshate. Translation. Since the cause exists in its effect as well, the characteristics of the former are observed in the latter. That is why the peculiarities of all the elements exist in the earth alone. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Sound is the cause of the sky. Sky is the cause of the air. Air is the cause of fire. Fire is the cause of water. And water is the cause of earth. In the sky, there is only sound. In the air, there are sound and touch. In the fire, there is sound, touch, and form. In water, there are sound, touch, form, and taste. And in the earth, there are sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Therefore, earth is the reservoir of all the qualities of the other elements. Earth is the sum total of all other elements. The earth has all 5 qualities of elements. Water has 4 qualities, fire has 3, air has 2, and the sky has only 1 quality, sound. So just these 3. So, this section is describing how the creation is happening. It's in the order that is happening. Basically, all the elements are being described. So it's like this seems to be like the end of the where its sum total is being described. That how everything begins with sound first. It's sky that is or the sky's form. Sound is the cause of the sky, and then comes the air and the fire and the water and the earth at the end. So I'm trying to, I haven't been joining the classes, so I don't remember the kind of the flow, but these are the elements that are being described. The Sankhya philosophy that Lord Kapila Dev is describing, and then these are all the material elements from what I can recall. So, yeah, I don't have much to add since it was really kind of last minute. So, yeah, if anybody has any sharing from today's reading, we can share.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. First of all, I would like to apologize for really putting you on spot, and thank you so much for your willingness every time. If somebody is not there, you or Haridwani Prabhu, you're like, always your willingness. I really, get inspired by your quality. Thank you so much, Mataji. And we were reading fire comes from water. That part I didn't understand. The 49th verse while you were reading the translation.
Translation, yeah. Or in the purport, you mean?
No, the translation itself. I heard you reading.
Translation, it says, since the cause exists in its effect as well, the characteristics of the former are observed in the latter.
Oh,
That
that's it.
is
Maybe
what,
in the, then maybe in the purport, I guess.
yeah, so
You read like a fire, the cause from water or something. You read that part. I didn't understand.
yeah, I think it's just, from one thing comes the next, and then whatever the latter, the next thing comes, it has the quality of the previous one as well. I think that's what Prabhupada is describing. That, yeah, so how.
But how from fire comes the water? That part, yeah, it's confusing for me.
That's, yeah, I think with the fire, apparently, I think there is like the moisture, right? Like when there is a fire, we see, right? There is like this part of moisture. Um, and that's probably, my best guess. This not very, I'm not very well versed in these
Yeah, or
Sankhya.
if someone can throw some light, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
thank you, Mataji. Yes.
yeah. In the fire, it says in fire there is sound, touch, and form. So I'm not sure where. And in water, there are sound, touch, form, and taste.
Hare Krishna. So I was just pulling up my Bhakti Vaibhav notes.
Hmm.
So in text 40, when it talks about fire, the characteristics of fire is that illumination, ability to cook, to digest, to destroy cold, to evaporate, to give rise to hunger, thirst, eating, and drinking. So those are the characteristics of fire. And then there is taste. After taste, there is water. So, you know, I think Vrindavan Prabhu, when he was giving a class, he was saying, the subsequent things that, so, the creation goes from subtle to gross. And so the subsequent elements that come have characteristics of the previous one. So, like within ether, sound travels, but in air, there is also the quality of touch and sound. So I'm thinking perhaps that is how we are saying within qualities of water are fire, air, and sound.
Makes
I
sense.
don't.
Yes, I remember in your class, you were talking about sound, right?
Uh, Form and fire.
Form
But
and
yeah,
I heard you saying like through sound it carries. Oh, who gave? Oh, maybe Saragrahi Mataji. Yeah,
Saragrahi Mataji
yes,
spoke
yes,
about
yes.
air.
Oh,
She
yeah.
spoke about the prana and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I'm not sure if this helps, but with the heat, this is just like the science behind it. Like, with the heat, the evaporation happens and the clouds are formed and then the rain comes, right? And that's how, like, maybe it's the reference from fire, water comes.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Kiran Mataji. That's yeah. That's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't
I don't
formulate
know.
in words.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that is the reason, but I'm just going by the process of how rain comes, like
Mm,
so maybe that's how it's connected. I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking that.
yeah. Okay, any other thoughts or sharing? Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. Okay. If nothing else is there, we can end here for today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhaya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna, everyone.